Hello, Oscar Quevedo here. Today I'd like to share with you how we decant vintage port. This is part of a 2 days tasting experience that we are doing. It started yesterday and we recovered the Tony ports. It's going to finish today at 8 p.m. Portuguese time when we try the Ruby ports, one LBV and two vintage ports. And one of those vintage ports is a 15 years old vintage port from 2005. Here it is. Let me see if you can see it like this. 2005 is a lot of, like this. And so we are decanting it a few hours before the tasting starts. So vintage port is the port style that we treat closer to still wine. It goes to the bottle 2 years after the harvest, between the second and the third year after the harvest. This 2005 was bottled in 2007. That is also mentioned on the label. And because of the long aging that it keeps in bottle, it improves significantly if you let it breathe few hours before you drink it. So there is no really a rule. I like to use 1 hour per decade. So you can maybe find a different rule, but that's something that I feel very comfortable with. A vintage port, because it is a port that was matured without contact with oxygen, it's going to change a lot during the first hours, days that is in open. So don't expect it to last a long period of time in the bottle. Maybe a couple of days, but don't extend it too much. So we have the decanter here, and we will start our decantation. We will keep it going until we see it starting to getting cloudy or some sediments falling into the decanter. This is a 375 ml bottle, so decantation time is going to be relatively short. It's very important that you keep your bottle up for at least 24 hours prior to the decantation, so the sediment can go to the bottom of the bottle. Vintage port is never filtered. It means that it naturally develops sediment a few years after the bottling. So don't be offended if you find sediment in a bottle of vintage port. The strange would be not to have sediment. It's part of the aging process. So I think we're pretty much done. Gonna finish. It's still clear, and we have got our vintage port in decanter. Let's wait now a couple of hours for the beginning of our tasting at 8 p.m. I hope to see you there and get those questions ready. Bye bye.